supposed to be taking a quiz, and you guys can join me at the same time here as I'm here taking this quiz, and I'm going to hint to the answers. I'm hoping that my Chromebook will stay charged for these few minutes here. I have a low voltage charger, but that's not going to work, so. All right, let's try to take this together, and if my computer dies, I'm getting pretty upset here. True or false? A student wants to cite an idea that was found in more than 3 sources, like the definition of a word. The student must cite this source. I'd say if it's a definition, false. You don't need to cite it. Number 2, book titles are italicized. Now, some of these I'm not going to give you the answer to, so you're going to have to pay attention. But yes, book titles are italicized. Short stories are, what do you guys think? An example of plagiarism is taking the words of an author and using them without quotes. Yeah, that's plagiarism. Not using an in-text citation when using author's idea. Yeah, that's plagiarism. Leaving off a works cited entry. Yes, that's plagiarism. Not citing each paragraph. Yeah, you have to cite every single paragraph. And you have to have a works cited page or else the whole thing's plagiarized. So what do you guys think is the answer to number 4? Aha. Number 5. An example of an in-text citation from the book. Well, we'll have an author's last name and a page number, and the period will go at the very end. The very end. Aha, it's this one. Yep. I guess it comes to plagiarizing, the English department their policy indicates that should be a 0, but we're pretty nice. We're going to give you partial credit if you rewrite it, and it may just be the part that you wrote. 2 types of plagiarism. I would say intentional, like you purposely did it, and unintentional. Like maybe you didn't cite a paragraph in your essay. That's still plagiarism, but it was unintentional. You certainly didn't mean to. Wikipedia. No, do not use Wikipedia on your research paper. Don't do it. You guys know that from middle school, probably. A works cited page must include only the sources. Yes. Only have sources that are in the paper. Works cited pages are Times New Roman, 12-point font, 1-inch margins are what your teachers want. My album comes out next month. Yep. It's that one. Yep, that one right there. That one. Is this hanging indent correct? Nope, it's not correct. It's just plagiarized. According to the article, North Korea Earthquakes and Nuclear Threats by James Brown, Kim Jong-un has launched nearly 15 intraballistic missiles. Further, this type of missiles could be launched at Japan. Looks like they cited, but I would say they probably need to have a brown, like a brown in parentheses, like this one. Do you see how these two are different? So this top one is not plagiarized, while this one is plagiarized. Oh, sorry. This top one is plagiarized, while the second one is not plagiarized. So this one is false, and that one is true. Yeah. 14. If an article doesn't have an author, the article title should be used, and it should be capitalized. I would say, yeah, definitely. Students should use an in-text citation at the beginning and the end of the source information. All the sources should be introduced with the article title and the author's name. That sounds right. Is that in-text citation correct? I would say I definitely see a problem with it. Like, I don't need an author's first name in an in-text citation. This in-text citation, is it correctly formatted? The period is the issue here, right? Do you guys see it? Yeah, it should go at the very end of the parentheses. Very important. Number 18. Is this correctly formatted? I have a problem with this capitalization, but otherwise it looks good. But no, it is not correctly formatted as it is. Now, this is not a source introduction, right? What is this called? It's an in-text citation. According to the article, Cheetos Are Delicious by Lars Stevens. What is this? Oh, this is a source introduction. Yeah, you got it. So easy when I give you the answer, right? If a student introduced a source and use it in text citation, acceptable to use the author's words without quotation marks. I would say that quotation marks always need to be used if it's a quote, and we don't want to quote any in our paper. Like, we don't want to use any direct quotes at all, right? Just we want to use our own words. So in your research paper, I'm going to show you how to do that. Finally, in this research paper, I should summarize and paraphrase. I should only quote one time. I would say, this is such a hard one. I would say I wouldn't quote any, but I'd say if I just had one quote, I'd be maybe okay with it. Let's see what you guys get, okay? Now, you can take this quiz up to 100 times. Is that right? I'm not sure. I'm not going to get a good grade because I didn't answer a bunch of these, but you submit and you see what you get, okay? You can take it up to 100 times, and I'll record the final grade maybe like next week. I'll let you know.